everybody is reacting emotionally, bro. Let's analyze it.
Back in the world of realpolitics, you'll never see another operation like this. It's so extensive all over Iran. The Americans have obviously been shared Israeli intelligence, and they've hit Iranian missile depots in far-out places in eastern and northern Iran, which no one even knew were there. So this is good for the peace of the region, for the peace of the world. The Saudis and the UAE and Qatar and Bahrain are being hit a bit. They were protesting that they didn't want the Americans to do it. But just like Ilhan Omar, John Lyons, and the irrelevant people in history, this is a great day for the Iranian people. Let's hope they can establish a democratic regime, and that Persia, which is such a wonderful culture, an ancient culture, that they're able to rejoin the civilised world. So, well, wouldn't it be great, Rowan, if we can have a cup of tea together or a coffee in Tabriz?
Absolutely. We're going to do that. We're going to do a live show with Rita and James, and we'll get Michael over there as well. We're going to be at Isfahan or somewhere like that. Michael, you got us all on tenterhooks now. What was it, Ezekiel 25:7? What was it?
17.
Come on.
25:17.
Come on,
I've got it right here.
Beans.
I've got it right here. But no, Michael, you go.
Michael, off you go.
It's where the God of Abraham takes vengeance for all of the people who've attacked him
I can read it.
and his people.
Rita's got it. Rita's going to give us the real thing.
I will execute great vengeance on them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them.
Well, it's called Epic Fury, isn't it? The American thing.
It is.
Roaring lions, so lions roar. Okay, Rita.
I've always got the Bible verses at hand on the phone. Fantastic. Australia's involvement, though, is going to be minor. What sort of
Incredibly minor
support do you expect our government to give the US-Israel alliance going forward?
None. Maybe rhetorical, if we're lucky. At least they won't be announcing a recognition of more non-existent states in the middle of this conflict. But back in the real world, isn't it fantastic to hear Vladimir Zelensky say that he feels like Ezekiel 25:17? There are 50,000 Iranian Shahed drones that have killed civilians all across cities in Ukraine over the last 4 years. How must the Ukrainians feel if this is going to stop and no more of those drones are going to be shipped to the Russians? The Russians and the Chinese are the real losers here because Iran was part of their alliance, and Hezbollah, the Houthis and Hamas will eventually lose the source of their money. Even last year, after being attacked and weakened, Hezbollah received $1 billion from people in Iran, where the poor Iranian people don't have water in Tehran because of the incompetence of the mullahs.
I mean, guys, listen, we're talking about like the ruling party specifically of Iran. Yeah, they don't care about their people. Like if they did, they'd actually do things that would actually be beneficial to their people. But instead, they're doing things to basically fund their proxies and create absolute mayhem, specifically in the region here, guys. Yeah, that is what is true here. In fact,
James.
And Michael, just in terms of Iran's ability to project power, even to Australia, I mean, we know the whole story about the kicking out of the ambassador here, but around the world we have seen stories about Iranian interference, influence operations, being behind much of the anti-Semitism that's been around the place at universities in the United States and Australia, around the West. Is there a hope that if we get rid of this regime, that then this source of malign influence in Western cultures is also cut off?
Absolutely, James. The devious Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guards employed criminals all over the world because they didn't have a network, and they got the Crims to attack Jewish targets and other targets in Sweden and in Australia. Thank heavens that the government listened to ASIO and expelled the Iranian ambassador. But how outrageous is it, guys, that the Iranian mullah regime attacked synagogues and childcare centres in Australia.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
In order to enforce their foreign policy. It's just, the whole world will be glad to be rid of these people.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I definitely would not say that Iran is like the number one cause of any type of anti-Semitism. I don't think so specifically. I think in certain like use cases, yeah, absolutely. Maybe in Australia, potentially they're playing like a bigger part, but I'm not sure that they're playing like a gigantic part in the United States of America, fostering anti-Semitism around our country. I don't think it's them specifically doing it.
And it's not over.
Maybe there.
Let's hope that the Americans and Israelis don't listen to the naysayers and that they finish the job. We don't want de-escalation, Penny Wong. We want victory for the people of Iran and for the peace of the world.
And Michael, we're going to just want you to hear Anthony Albanese's comment. I think we've got that to play to you. Just have a listen and we'll get your reaction. It's a statement. So Anthony Albanese's statement, have a listen.
Let's hear it.
No graphic? Okay.
If it plays.
Okay, fine.
No?
Okay, great. Where's the statement?
Let's
have a look at it.
Can't have dead air, guys.
Have we got it?
Okay, here we go.
Rita's going to read it out.
Yes,
she's got the best reading
support the
voice.
United States acting to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and to prevent Iran continuing to threaten international peace and security. So, it goes on. Australia stands with the brave people of Iran in their struggle against oppression. For decades, the Iranian regime has been a destabilising force through its ballistic missile and nuclear programs, support for armed proxies and brutal acts of violence and intimidation. I think whatever we say about Anthony Albanese and how incoherent and weak he can appear
Generally,
at times,
he is.
that was a
You're
pretty
right.
strong statement.
It was.
But then you've got the foreign minister coming out urging de-escalation. So again,
What's going on,
we're back
Michael?
to incoherent.
Guys, hold on. I'm definitely super surprised that was actually the response from the prime minister there. Because guys, listen, the international response, depending on the country that is basically saying it, feckless, bro. Like Keir Starmer, like his response to this was absolutely pitiful. Now, don't get me wrong here. I did see that he definitely started changing his colors, let's say this here, as of recently. But dudes, your initial response to this was crazy. Like, exactly the destabilizing force Iran is, specifically in the Middle East, to its neighbors. Look at how they're striking the UAE right now. Why is the UAE getting struck, bro? Like, you understand that's like a Western wealthy tourist hotspot. Okay, so now imagine, are Americans being thoroughly accosted there, guys? Then obviously the craziness is happening in Pakistan right now. Listen, bro. Listen, I do suspect that the BRICS nations, meaning Brazil, Russia, India, China, Iran, South Africa, these nations are definitely going to they're probably going to come together, bro. That's kind of what it feels like, depending on how long this actually goes. But I'm also not sure a WW3, like an actual WW3 scenario is kind of in the books right now. I'm going to be honest here. I don't think so. Because I think by now, Russia or China should have probably stepped up if that was going to be the case here. Anything past that is just basically hypothetical. Let's not live specifically in hypothetical right now, at least. I do understand that it's fun to talk about. Sure, this is what's going to happen. I'm not saying it's fun to see people's lives being completely annihilated here, guys. But people like to clickbait people into being like, WW3 is happening, guys. If that was the case, we would have gotten massive troop mobilizations coming out of China and Russia, bro. Right? Anything else other than that is basically hearsay, or just a straight conspiracy. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. As the story progresses, we will definitely be following this here, guys. But I do see that Russia and China are definitely the losers in this scenario because, again, they have been absolutely wreaking havoc on people with ballistic missiles that have come from Iran. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Is the Ukraine super happy right now? Probably. Okay. Because that was what has been used to torment them for years now. So I can imagine. But all right, listen, I'm going to catch you guys later. Enjoy your day.